Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. I see that the sun is shining right on my face as I sit outside today. It is breezy today, a little bit chilly, but supposedly it's going to be like 70 degrees today, 77 tomorrow. I don't know. It's actually, I think, pretty perfect weather though for October and for Halloween at the end of the month. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all the leaves change, which I'm sitting outside in the three-house backyard now. And you can kind of see on this tree over here. I zoom in, the leaves are changing there. That tree's in front of the 25th Street entrance. And we've got some leaves changing over here too. They're really nice to look at, the changing colors, and one of my favorite things is when they crunch underneath your feet. It's just a very satisfying sound. I was talking to a student yesterday who really likes to step on the acorns that have fallen, and just the crunch and the feeling of it is very satisfying. But I do also have to say, like as a disclaimer, as much as I enjoyed the fall weather and the changing of the leaves and all of the things that come with autumn, I do not like that it's getting colder, and that means that we're getting closer to winter. In my opinion, that is not perfect weather, but that is a fun facts for another Monday. But today's fun facts are all about fall. Now, fall, actually, fact number one, began on September 22nd. So we've been in the season of fall for a couple weeks now. Yes. And September 22nd, 2020 was the day of the autumn equinox, where, so what that means is equinox is Latin for equal night. That means that on the 22nd, the day hours and the night hours were roughly the same amount of time. And that was concurrent all over the world, right? So day and night was equal in all parts of the world. And that marks the change where the northern hemisphere begins fall and the southern hemisphere actually begins spring, those lucky ducks. I hope you can all hear me okay. The wind is very breezy today, participating very well. So, and actually, here in America, we usually say fall for the season, but in the UK, they say autumn, which is the autumn equinox, right? So it's used interchangeably. I've heard it as both around. Fact number two, speaking of the leaves that I showed off a little earlier, the changing colors in the leaves are caused by the amount of sugar and chlorophyll in them, right? So the more red you see, the more sugar they're storing. So maple leaves are really vibrant and bright because of this. But evergreens don't actually change the colors of their leaves because they have a wax coating that protects the chlorophyll and keeps it from breaking down, and that helps keep their color all year round. So we're going to leaf that page. I've been working with Dave too long. And go to our next page with fun fact number 3. Birds spend most of the fall season migrating to warmer regions of the world. Some travel for food or for mating season. And the Arctic tern is a bird that lives near the Arctic, if you could guess, travels yearly from Greenland to the Antarctic, right? Into Antarctica. And that they cover 44,000 miles per year to travel from Greenland to Antarctica and then that distance back again. So, I mean, that's one way to find warmer weather. It's quite a road trip. Fact number 4, also about migrating animals, monarch butterflies. They also migrate, typically to Mexico or California, again, warmer parts of the continent, those lucky ducks, or butterflies in this case. And they travel at speeds of 12 to 25 miles per hour, which when I looked this up, apparently Usain Bolt's record is like 27 miles per hour. So, you could say, yeah, he's the fastest man in the world, and he's as fast as a butterfly, which is weird to think because he's a very fast human. But monarch butterflies travel at speeds of 12 to 25 miles per hour and are the only insect that migrates sometimes distances of 2,500 miles per hour, which seems much more reasonable than 44,000 miles. And in fact, I might be able to make that work. For warmer weather, I could travel 2,500 miles. Fact number 5. autumn, or fall in this case, used to be called harvest, right? Harvest season, which if you know any farmers, I do know several, and I see that one of them is watching now. Hello, Mother. They often still call it harvest season, right? And it was called harvest until the 1500s. And before cities electrified and had electricity and all of that good stuff, the full moon was known as the harvest moon, because it was closest to the fall equinox. So the full moon closest to the autumn equinox is known as the harvest moon. And it was essential for farmers to use the light of the harvest moon to harvest their fall crops, right? Especially like the later ones. But this year's harvest moon was actually this last Thursday, October 1st. And it was very bright. And, you know, as full moons, like, you know, how the saying is, oh, it must be a full moon tonight if kids or animals are all wound up. And I can attest to that. The animals in my home were very, very wound up this weekend. But it makes sense. It was a harvest moon. And actually, I think we have another full moon this month, maybe like the last few days. So that's your blue moon, right? A blue moon is the second full moon in 1 month. So that once in a blue moon thing, because it only happens once or twice a year. But thank you for joining me this morning on this chilly and breezy Monday. And I hope that you can take these fun facts into your workplace and stun all of your coworkers with your new knowledge. Be sure to join us this week as you're able. We have our Awakened Life and study and conversation on resiliency and meditation tonight at 7 o'clock. And I believe we are going to have it outside and offered online. So if you're not interested in coming out with the weather, you can definitely join us online. And the Zoom link is on Facebook. And I will double check that, but it is under the events tab. You should be able to find the Facebook link for that. Wednesday night, we have our weekly worship, and this week we have a guest preacher. Johnny Jansen from Cedar Heights Presbyterian Church here in Cedar Falls is going to join us and is going to lead worship that night, and it's always a good time when Pastor Johnny shows up. So if you can join us, again, in the backyard here, we'll have physically distant chairs set up, or if you can join us online, that link is also under the events tab. We have several upcoming service projects, so stay tuned for those as we get more information posted about that. And there's a good breeze. On Sunday, October 18th, we will have the first conversation in a series of 3 called 3 Tough Talks. And that first conversation is called Faith and Race and will feature performances and conversation with 3 artists known as Agape, Joe Davis, and Teddy the Brave. They're joining us from all over the country, and we are really excited to have them with us. Zoom, and that will be a Zoom event. So again, stay tuned for that information as well. But until we see you, be safe, be well, and take care of each other, and get out and enjoy this beautiful fall weather. Take care, everyone. Talk to you soon.